Welcome back, everybody. Joey here for another beautiful Sunday morning. Today, back by popular demand, is the grill. Last week we did pork ribs. Everybody loved that. Had some question about beef ribs, so that's what we're doing today. So let's get this thing started, get those beef ribs on the grill. I had some questions asked from last time about beef ribs. Is it the same process as smoking some pork ribs? So this week I'm going to do beef ribs. Same thing as last time, I'm going to do them Texas style, which means that it's just a coat of salt and pepper. But of course, I don't want to go with just salt, because just salt is good flavor, but I want to mix it up and give it a little bit of extra flavor to it. And these have been rubbed with the mustard as last time. So what I'm using is a Cajun seasoning, which is mostly salt, but it also has some spices, some dried pepper, garlic, paprika, just a little bit of extra flavor. And then I'll hit it with some pepper also. And I'm going to do that for both sides. And as I said last time and this time, mustard's on there just as a kind of as a paste or a way to hold the seasonings on there. The end product, you're really not going to taste it. All it does is just hold your spice on there, holds that rub, just so it stays on there pretty much. So same as this side, I haven't took off the membrane, as you can see. On beef ribs, or pork ribs, you usually take it off. Beef ribs, not so much. It's a little bit harder. These were difficult as heck to try and get that membrane off. I tried to, just because I prefer it to take it off, but it wasn't coming off for me. So salt, pepper is the basic. As I said, I went with the Cajun seasoning, just give it a little bit more flavor. And I'm going to toss it on the grill. That's all to it, my little rib rack. That all four. And there we go. As you can see, just as last time, I got the smoking cube going. I'm going to have my beef ribs over here and have my burner going over on the end, so I can get up to a good temperature, about 275, 300. So it's been 90 minutes later, and I need to get these ribs up onto the second shelf. Whew. It's going to be a little hot. A couple of them fell out, but that's not a big deal. I can get them back in. And as you can see, there's an awesome smoke getting onto them. And I'm going to move this cube over and take off the heat. If any of you were wondering, it's been about 90 minutes, and as you can see, this cube has done about halfway through. So you can get a good about 3 hours on one of these cubes. I'll refill it up a little bit so I can get that full 3 hours. And place it directly under the ribs. A little bit of aluminum foil. And I want it nice and tight on the sides. That way the heat from the cube is going to come up and it's going to continue cooking the ribs without having to place some heat on the actual fire and use the propane. So now these can continue cooking at a very low temperature. They'll get some smoke on them, and I'm not using up my propane. And now let's check out these ribs about 4 hours later, and they look awesome. A little bit over, maybe could have done it about an hour less, but these are still going to be great. Look at that. Bring them on over to the cutting board. Good slice. These are super tender. And let me try one. Absolutely delicious. Very tender. The rub on it is very good. Not too spicy, not too hot. Delicious. Now let's go find out what else somebody other person thinks.
Still a little bit tender, but you could have did it an hour less.
And like I said, beef ribs, pork ribs, they're all the same. Just a little bit of mustard, salt, pepper. If you want to spice it up just a little bit, you can. Throw it on the grill, low and slow. Get some good smoke on them. And these are delicious. And that's all to it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, send those down at the below. Turn on notifications so you know when I have a new clip out or a new video. And don't forget to check out my main channel because I have a link where you can get a Joey's Garage t-shirt. That's right, they're out. It's official. Get a Joey's Garage t-shirt. And with that, as always, ride safe, drive safe, and keep at least 2 wheels on the road.